So, I finished a video, and Reddit apparently pops up about another, I don't know, 5, 7, 8, 9 spoilers, give or take. So we got a vampire that transforms, and we got a bunch of werewolves. So let's talk about now. They don't have the image right up for the vampire at the moment, but you've seen it floating around. So it's a Voldarian Pariah, a 3/3, 2/2, 2 black, 3 generic vampire horror, flying, sacrifice 3 creatures and transform it, and has a madness cost of 3 black. Its flipped form, a transformed form, is Abolisher of Bloodlines, Eldrazi Vampire, which the picture has a goat's head attached to it. There's no goat in the picture. Go figure. Flying, when the creature transforms into Abolisher of Bloodlines, target opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. So, late game, this is pretty good. Late game, when your opponent's like starting to amass maybe like an army or something like that, it's one of the few things that could actually counteract Bracella, causing your opponent to sacrifice Bracella. But it's a steep cost. I mean, just its mana cost is 5 mana, so that's a bit pricey for just a 3/3 flyer. Not bad, but pricey when you think of everything else that's in the set so far. What's out in the Shadows over Innistrad right now. The madness cost makes it a little easier, but you gotta be heavy in black. You pretty much gotta be mono black at that point. When it's transformed, yeah, it's a cool combat check and it's a 6/5 flyer, but it can still be taken out pretty easy. It's not terrible. It's just I don't find it amazing, and that's not the set, and that's not because I dislike black cards. It's because it doesn't look terribly great. Then we move on to the werewolves, and we move on to the one that I should use the transform version for the thumbnail. Smoldering Werewolf, a 2 generic, 2 red, 3/2 werewolf horror. When Smoldering Werewolf enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to each creature, to each of up to 2 target creatures, as a transform cost of 4 generic, 2 red. And there's the artwork. So 1 second. There we go. Yeah, look at that thing. Yeah, that's beast. Just smoldering. It's burning. It's on fire. Fire. But anyway, it then turns into you pay. What I like about these werewolves they're showing for the werewolf wars is their transform cost is nothing more than the mana cost spay. Meaning you can activate it as an instant. You can activate it at any time you so wish, which makes these very dangerous as opposed to some of the other ones. But it turns into Erupting Dreadwolf, a 6/4 colorless Eldrazi werewolf. Whenever it attacks, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. And there's the art on that one. Let me expand that real quick. There we go. All the flavor too. I miss the days we were fighting just regular werewolves. Hell, I miss the days when we were fighting things that just look like werewolves. Just a mass of horror and tentacles and whatnot. Card itself, the original form of it is for 4 mana, 3/2 is not terrible, and it deals 2 damage between 2 creatures. Or 1 damage to 2 creatures. So that's pretty okay. Then when you're able to transform it, and this is definitely late game kind of scenarios right now, but when you're able to transform it, it then becomes something that's not fun to deal with. It's not terribly hard to kill, but it still deals 2 damage to target creature or player. So it can pretty much take out because it's when it attacks, you can take out something with 8 toughness. So it's not something that you want to deal with if you can avoid it. But limited sealed wise, it's very good, very solid. We'll see how it plays out in the other formats, but yeah. Next we have Vilden Pack Outcast. 4 generic, 1 red, 4/4, trample. Tap a red, Vilden Pack Outcast gets +1/-1 until the end of turn. If you pay 5 generic and 2 red, transform. Pay 7 altogether. And there that is. 1 second. There that is. So pretty cool looking. Got that nice kind of badass, yeah, kind of got that come at me bro pose going on. And it transforms into a cute little thing known as oh, come on, why is the site freezing on me? Come on. There we go. Drone Pack Kindred. Drone Pack Kindred is again a Eldrazi Werewolf, colorless, 5/7, trample. Pay 1 generic of any color. Drone Pack Kindred gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. And yeah, I particularly like the artwork on that one. this doesn't even, I mean, as silly as it is to say, this does not even look like it represented a werewolf anymore. This looks more like it was a bear or something like that. For the card itself, it's expensive. I mean, a 4/4 for 5 is nothing terrible. It does have an effect that you can pretty much, at its strongest, you can make it a 7/1 in terms of its pure attack power. But you're more likely you're probably going to make it like a 5, maybe a 6, too. But overall, it's an okay common. That's the thing. As a common, this thing is not bad, especially once you get it off. If you get its ability transform off, you now have a very dangerous card in the field, because you'll probably need you need a minimum of 7 mana to transform this thing. So if you have a minimum of 7 mana at your disposal, that means, assuming you're not using the mana for anything else, you could easily make this a 12/7 during its next turn, anytime you want. So this thing, it's a pretty solid uncommon. Next, we come to the last werewolf we got spoiled today, and I'm certain there's more werewolves in the set, at least a couple more. Now this is the one that, when I was reading the forums, that people were actually kind of going a little, not apeshit, but definitely a little crazy for that. This is a really solid one. Kessig Prowler, 2/1 for 1 green, transforms with 4 generic 1 green. That's it. That's all it does. And its art is, honestly, its art, I mean, art's not bad by any stretch. I mean, its art doesn't look Innistrad-y, honestly. It looks, I'm trying to remember where I've kind of visualized that art. Now, granted, I like, actually, looking at it in the webcam, the art actually flows a bit better in the webcam, honestly. I like the accented red and stuff like that. And if you look at it, you can see the twisting vines or tentacles and stuff like that. But overall, it's a 2/1 for 1. There's nothing wrong with a 2/1 for 1. And, with any sort of mana acceleration that exists in the set, you may probably be able to transform it earlier than just turn 5. One second, there we go. So, and then it transforms into Sinuous Predator, which is a 4/4 Eldrazi Werewolf. Can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, and there's that thing is. And this you want to talk about nightmare fuel right there. This thing is just Jesus. The other ones really weren't that big a nightmare. I mean, maybe the Erupting Dreadwolf could be considered nightmare fuel. This thing is nightmare fuel. It literally has 3 different werewolf. It looks like the Thing. It looks like the Thing from John Carpenter's The Thing. Anyway, that's all for the other spoilers we got today. But I'll continue talking about this. 1-drop 2/1 spot. You'll get it on turn 1. Very rarely you're gonna have someone probably gonna have something on turn 1 after that. So you'll probably be able to swing in for 2. The fact that normally what I see is it can't be blocked by more than 2 creatures or more. It can't be blocked by more than 1. Meaning it can only be blocked by 1. So if you pump this up, if you give it trample at all, they need to make their choice correctly with this thing. Otherwise, they could be screwed. And that's not including the fact if you have multiples of these on the field. These aren't legendaries, folks. You could have multiples of these on the field. Each one of them has to be blocked. They can't. And if you have any sort of werewolf lord, which you could, these things can go into werewolf decks. They are werewolves. If you have any sort of werewolf lord, like, say, Mayor of Gavany, which transforms into, I think it's Alpha Pack Leader or something like that. I can't remember exactly. You remember, the Werewolf Lord, Eldrwolves. If you have anything like those on the field, these things suddenly become a lot bigger, a lot scarier, a lot quicker. So, this thing needs to be dealt with immediately. This thing, among all of them, is, I think, the best one of them, because it's just a cheap 1-drop with a pretty solid transformed backside. Then I'd say probably it's the Smoldering Werewolf turning into Erupting Dreadwolf that comes second, and the Wild Pack Vilden Pact Outcast Drone Pack Kindreds falls in third. In terms of the overall card, in terms of their backsides, that's actually tougher. All their transform sides are actually really good in terms of playability. In terms of controlling a board state, I would say that Erupting Dreadwolf and Sinuous Predator are probably better, with Dreadwolf coming a bit ahead of the game because it can actually destroy things. Drone Pack Kindred is the best in terms of pure battle power, though, simply because it can become huge. It can literally become a monster. But yeah, that's my thoughts. So we had an extra spoiler day. Talked about it. I enjoyed it. I feel I flowed with this video better than I did the other few today. I definitely wasn't on my game with those other videos. I admit that, but I didn't want to redo them. I'll try to be a bit more smooth with my speech patterns in the coming days. Also, see if Mark wants to see the BFG with me tomorrow. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, if you want to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Be back. I'm not going to be back today because there's no other movie news as far as I know. No new trailers besides the Troll one dropped. Star Wars tomorrow. BFG tomorrow. Tarzan Saturday or Friday, one of the two. Pokemon Friday, Sunday. And box office on Sunday. Lots of stuff to do still this week. I usually have a decent sized week. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.